Hey guys, Jonathan here at Shadow Foam, and this week we've got a really cool project which isn't going to be taking place in here, but it does start in here because we're going to be heading off to a big national UK food retailer. And now it's a place that I used to work at actually. I was an engineer there, fixing machinery for a couple of years, and while I was there, I couldn't help myself. I got all of the tools organised, but that was around about 8 years ago now, and I used the original grade of Shadow Foam. So if you're a long-standing subscriber, you might remember the soft polyurethane grade of foam that we used to have. Well, the factory we're going to has still got that, so we're going to be heading in there and we're going to be upgrading it. I think we're going to have to respray the box, kind of freshen everything up. We're going to have to replace all of the Shadow Foam, and to be fair, I think some of the tools have gone walkabout as well, so we're going to have to replace what's missing, replace the foam, get it all dialed in and show you the cool setup. So let's head off. So we've arrived at the engineering side of the factory. We're going to be entering the workshop now, and they have 4 toolboxes for each of the shifts: red, blue, yellow and green. And they have a roll cabinet which has all of the hand tools, and then the cupboard above has the electrical chargers and it has all the abrasive stuff. So we're going to be taking one of the toolboxes today and we're going to be overhauling it, respraying it and redoing all of the foam. So let's go and find it. Right, so we've just left, we've got the toolbox, and we had a good chat with some of their engineers, and now we know what tools they're missing, what tools they want to replace, what tools need replacing. So we've got a list of tools that we need to get. The next thing we need to do is head over to the tool shop. We're going to be heading to Warnhills Tools and Fasteners on Winterford Industrial Estate. So if you're in the Cheshire area, I'd really recommend Warnhills for any tools you might need. It's a bit of an Aladdin's cave really, of loads of different brands of tools. They've got loads of stuff there ready to buy on the shelf, and it's all really good prices too. So we've got to head there to get the tools on the list. And then we're going to head to D&J Factoring in Northwich, which is also an amazing little spot. If you need any paint supplies, they've pretty much got everything covered there, from all your like sandpapers and paints and primers and all that stuff. So we got to head there as well, pick up all the paint supplies, and it'll be back to the unit to get the roll cab ready for painting. Right, so we've got back to the unit, we've taken the toolbox out, we've given it a full degrease, we've masked it off, and we've given it a sand as well. So now it's time for some paint. Right, so that's a prime coat down. So now onto the paint. That is knackering for starters. It's quite a hot day here at Shadow Foam. We've just come back now and done a thicker coat of blue, and that's gone down really nicely. We're using this Hammerite smooth blue, which is pretty good. Wasn't too expensive either, from D&J Factoring that we went to earlier, and it's gone down really well. So that should be pretty hard wearing anyway, but we're going to do about 2 or 3 coats of lacquer on top of this next, so that should be a lot more hard wearing for the workshop it's in. Right, so that's the outer toolbox all sprayed and drying. So now we can sort out the drawers. Now the drawers are already gloss black, which is great, but they're all pretty grim and pretty grimy. So we've got the sticky stuff remover here, and I think this is going to make light work of some of the stickiness and the grime, but it should be able to take off some of the oil and mess as well, so that should sharpen them all up. So it should be dry right now. Let's go and give it a check. Right, yeah, so that looks about ready. It's had a few hours to be honest, so I was kind of knew it would be pretty dry, but it's actually come out really nicely as well. It's a nicer shade of blue than it was. It was a bit of a darker navy, so it didn't quite match the tool cabinet, so we've tried to brighten it up, go for a more of a royal blue. So we'll peel off the first little piece of masking tape. And that's just the ticket. Right, let's get the drawers in.
Right, so that's the toolbox all sorted out. We've got the handle back on, we've pulled all the masking tape off, the finish is really good, and the drawers look mint back in there. So next job is to get all the foam sorted. Right, so that's all the foam cut. We've measured up the drawers. There's 7 drawers in the toolbox, so that means they're ready to cut some tools in now. And all we're going to need is one of our cutting kits, and these have got everything you need to get started cutting shadow foam. So you've got your glove, a scalpel handle, 5 blades. It's got forceps to put the blades on the handle. It's got cutting instructions and a sticker. So it's got everything you need to get started, and that's exactly what we're going to do now. We're going to get started on our 7 liners. Right, that's the last liner now. Let's try them in the toolbox. Right, so we're back at the factory and we're just dropping off the toolbox. It's all in place, looking mint. We've got to do the 2 foam inserts for the cupboard now, so we've got all the power tools and all the cutting and abrasive equipment that goes in the top here. So we're going to be trimming these to fit in this cupboard, and then we'll be putting all the tools in. But as you can see, this one set is part of a range of 4. So essentially this engineering crew has 4 shifts, each with a colour-coded tool set. We're starting with the blue set. We originally provided all these 6-7 years ago, and now we're just replacing all of the Shadow Foam original with the new grade of Shadow Foam, which is a bit more hard wearing and it's going to be more suitable in this environment. So hopefully we'll get these done, and then this set will all be finished off. We've done a bit of a layout, so it's time to get cutting some foam. Well, I feel like I've cut a lot of foam over the last couple of days, and I can definitely feel it in my fingers now, but I think my toes are all right. On to the last one. This is the easy one. Right, so that wraps up this toolbox. We've obviously we did the 7 drawers back at our unit, and we've done these 2 liners here today, and it took about an hour and a half doing these. We've handed it all over now. We've shown it to the engineers on shift, they're happy with it. We've managed to get all of the tools that were on the list that they needed. We'll hopefully do the other 3 boxes in a future video, but if you like this, drop a like below and a subscribe if you enjoyed it, and we'll see you next time.